Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys didn't punt more money in MLB on the day off, like I did. Once again, actually, I'm looking pretty good actually. But if you don't know who I am, my name is Shook. I make videos for NBA. I also do a bunch of other content. All these videos they get posted on this subreddit. It's called DF Sports. You can find my username. My username is Shook. That's how you can find me. You can ask me questions about the slate and stuff like that. If you have any questions up to lock and stuff like that, really great place to be. And then if you ever need to get a hold of me privately on, just in general, you can get a hold of me privately on Twitter at Tory Langley 1992 or Shook Go. Let's take a look at my lineups from the other night, and it was an okay night. I binked CS:GO today. I do offer esports content in my Discord. We'll talk about my Discord in a sec. I binked CS:GO. And then NBA, I broke even. This is the $88 tournament. I put 3 entries into the 88. So I lost a little bit of money. Kyle Lowry just burned me when I had him in both my captain spots. But this lineup definitely salvaged my day with Tatum, Butler, Lowry, Derek White, Duncan Robinson, and Grant Williams. So, yeah, it was a break-even day for me. Actually, a positive day. I actually cashed on CSGO as well on that day. So it was a positive day. And then, yeah, if you're interested in joining my Discord, where I have in-depth content going over each slate, player pools for cash and tournaments, I give you a core of players to play, private videos and stuff like that, my in-depth thought process on rotations, and let me explain something. Last slate, Al Horford, Duncan Robinson, Haywood Highsmith were 3 of my favorite tournament plays on the slate. All 3 of them absolutely nuked. And let me explain my reasoning with Duncan Robinson and Haywood Highsmith. So, looking at the rotation, with Gabe Vincent out, I thought there was much more chance of Duncan Robinson and Max Strus playing alongside each other, and I was correct. Max Strus, Duncan Robinson did play alongside each other some. Most of it not together, but they did play alongside each other some. More minutes to go around, so I felt much more confident in Duncan Robinson. And then with Haywood Highsmith, I thought there was a really good chance that he was going to enter the rotation with no Gabe Vincent because he checks the boxes that Gabe Vincent didn't have. Gabe Vincent, on ball. They need someone on ball. Haywood Highsmith can do that. Haywood Highsmith, solid shooter. I believe he shot like 40% from 3 from college. I don't know his NBA stats, but it's obviously different, but solid shooter. 2 boxes right there that he checkmarked. And you saw him in the rotation, and he was the flat min price. And he was 1% owned, and we had people in Discord play him, and it worked out great. We had people in Discord all over Duncan Robinson, all over Haywood Highsmith. It worked out phenomenally. I actually considered playing Haywood Highsmith, but I pussied out at the end. If I did that, I would have had the winning lineup, so just unfortunate there. I didn't have the balls to pull the trigger. But yeah, and we did see Haywood Highsmith start the second half for Kevin Love. I think there's a good chance Haywood Highsmith starts and Kevin Love just disappears from the rotation. So, yeah, let's go over the slate. So Tatum is my favorite spend up. He's always going to project better than Butler. I assume Butler will be lower owned, so I'm fine with Butler as like a pivot off Jason Tatum. But if you ask me straight up between Tatum or Jimmy Butler, I'm always just going to pick Jason Tatum. Going to play probably 44 plus minutes. He's going to stuff the stat sheet. Double upside. Must win, obviously. Now they are away. But obviously a must win. He's going to play huge minutes. He's probably going to play 44 plus. Going to stuff the stat sheet. Probably get you a couple steals. So he looks great. I'm definitely going to want one of Tatum or Butler in my lineup, or both. Then we have Jaylen Brown at 9,400. I actually do like Jaylen Brown over Bam Adebayo. He was actually on pace to have a pretty good game. Then he obviously got pulled because of the blowout. Lost like a good 5 minutes. He definitely has a lower floor than most, but the ceiling is there. I know he's been really, really bad. But another guy that will play huge minutes, probably shoot the ball 20 times. Good rebounder. Probably won't get you too many assists, but I do prefer Jaylen Brown to Bam Adebayo, but a solid play. And then Marcus Smart. You guys know I've been continuing to say how much I really like Marcus Smart in this series, and I really like him again, even at $8,000. There's going to need him out there a ton. He's going to play close to 40 minutes. He's going to stuff the stat sheet. His floor is nice, ceiling even better when he is hitting a shot. So even at 8K, I still like Marcus Smart quite a bit. Al Horford at 7K is more of just your tournament play between these guys. I'd much rather try to get up to Marcus Smart or spend down for Derek White. So Al Horford is probably going to be a very, very low-owned option tomorrow because he's in this weird price range where Derek White's cheaper and Marcus Smart's only a little bit more. That doesn't mean you can't go to him. I'm fine with him for tournaments because he will stuff the stat sheet. And it seems like Missoula does want to play him about 30 minutes a game, so I'm fine with Horford. Not someone I'm going to go out of my way to play, but I'm okay with him as a tournament option. And then we have Derek White, 5'8", played extremely, extremely well last game. Can't expect him to shoot 6 of 8 from 3 again, but I expect, with Brogdon's injury, Derek White, Marcus Smart is just going to play a ton of minutes. Yeah, I think at 5'8", he looks like a very, very solid play. Then we have Brogdon at 5'4". I have absolutely zero interest in Brogdon. It's the injury. They don't want to play him right now. Seems like the injury is bugging him quite a bit as well, so I don't really have too much interest in Brogdon. He's also questionable. Probably going to be unowned, so if you want to take a dart there in like 150 max, I guess you could do it. But I'm not going to get there in my one lineup. Then we have Robert Williams at 5K. I think he plays like 18 to 19 minutes. And if Al Horford does get into foul trouble, he could get extended. I just don't see the ceiling there at 5K. When he was like 4 to 4.4, I definitely did see the ceiling. But at 5K, you need like 25 plus, which he could definitely go out there and do that with how good of a point per minute guy he is. Just the range of outcomes of him doing that are definitely less at this price tag. So Rob, just a contrarian play for me. And then we have Grant Williams at 3.2. I expect mid-20s minutes from him. Not a good point per minute guy, but he's still cheap. I expect he'll be one of the more popular value plays on the slate, and for good reasons. Grant Williams stands out as a really good value, still at 3.2. And then I have no interest in... Actually, if Brogdon is out, do we possibly see some Peyton Pritchard in the rotation? We could. So keep an eye on that Brogdon news. Peyton Pritchard could be a viable punt at 1K, especially if you think this game does blow out. So yeah, Pritchard definitely viable if Brogdon is out. But there also is a chance they just run 7, right? And Pritchard just doesn't even play. So be a little bit careful there. But definitely viable. Only if Brogdon is out. And then we have Miami. So we're going to have to monitor the Gabe Vincent news, but Jimmy Butler at the top. Like I said, I'm going to want one of Tatum. I'm probably going to want one of Butler or Bam Adebayo. I think he looks great. I give the slight edge to Tatum, but I still think Butler does look great. We have Bam Adebayo at 9,200. I think the floor is definitely a bit safer compared to him and Jaylen Brown. So if you want like a safer floor plus similar ceiling, then go with Bam Adebayo. I personally like Jaylen Brown over Bam Adebayo, but I think two are very solid plays. Then we have Caleb Martin at 6,800, probably plays mid-30s minutes, a very, very safe play. Another situation where at this price point, do I think he has the ceiling to win you a showdown slate? I mean, he did it in this slate when he played in the blowout, so absolutely, but more often than not, he's probably not going to be in the winning lineup, so for me personally, I'm not going to go there, but a very, very safe play. And then we have Kyle Lowry. So if Gabe Vincent is out, I'm probably going to go right back to Kyle Lowry. You have to take this game out of the window. You cannot look at this game. You have to take it out. If you're not going to play Kyle Lowry because of this game, I think it's definitely a mistake, especially if the ownership is going to drop. Assuming he stays in the starting lineup if Gabe Vincent out, especially if the ownership drops, I'm probably going to go right back. I still think he's a good play. Definitely a little bit concerned with how bad he plays, and he did get benched. So if Kyle Lowry is going to be low owned, I think he's a really good play. If he's going to be super, super popular like he was last slate, I think you could fade because he did get benched until the blowout. But I really like Kyle Lowry once again if Gabe Vincent is in fact out. If Gabe Vincent is in, then Kyle Lowry is just more of that tournament dart throw for me. And then I think Gabe Vincent would be a pretty solid play at 5-6, kind of in that Derek White tier, even though I prefer Derek White to Gabe Vincent, I think. But both would be solid plays in that price tier. And then we'll go over the rest if Gabe Vincent is in. If he's in, Max Strus, Duncan Robinson, I would absolutely not play either together. Both would be a lot more riskier. I'd prefer Max Strus to Duncan. Both would just be tournament-only plays for me. And then if Haywood Highsmith starts, he's probably going to be one of the most popular plays in the slate, popular value plays in the slate. It would be hard to get away from Haywood Highsmith at $2,000 if he starts. If he does not start with Gabe Vincent then I still think he'd be in the rotation and would be fine. I just don't think we can expect that many minutes again. Now, if Love starts, you can definitely go there as a dart. And then Cody Zeller will get the backup 5 and is another viable value play. Now let's go over if Gabe Vincent is out. Then I think I still wouldn't play Strus and Duncan together. I would not. But I would feel a lot better about both of their minutes. I think Duncan would be a solid play depending on his ownership. If he is massive, massive chalk, I want 0 Duncan Robinson. But I would feel a lot better about his minutes. And if he's like moderately owned, I would like him. Max Strus, probably going to come in very, very low owned. I always like him for tournaments just because the ceiling is there. But just know if he isn't hitting his shots, they will go to Duncan Robinson. And then Haywood Highsmith, assuming he starts, I'd feel better about his minutes. He would look great for value. Kevin Love off the bench, I would not play. If Kevin Love starts, you could take a dart. Then if Haywood Highsmith doesn't start, I would still like quite a bit with Gabe Vincent out. And then Zeller will get the backup 5. So I think that's going to do it for the video, guys. If you are, like I said, interested in esports content and NBA and stuff like that for tomorrow, Discord link will be down below. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything for you guys. We'll go who I like over who. So I like Tatum over Butler. I like Brown over Bam. I like Smart over Horford and Caleb. I like, if Gabe Vincent's out, I like Lowry over Caleb. If Gabe Vincent's in, then I like Caleb over Lowry. If I think I like White over Lowry. Obviously, if Gabe's in. If Gabe's out, it's close. I like Strus over Rob. I like Grant over Love and Highsmith. If Highsmith starts, I like him the most. And then everyone else is kind of in their own tier. So, hope this video helped you all out, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.